The Fife Diet.
Fife?
The Fife Diet.
Alright. So you do it for a week then?
What, the Fife Diet?
Yeah. What we can't get, like I said, tea, coffee, sugar. We are extremely limited on our vegetables.
Most bread making flour is grown in North America.
Is it from Fife?
It's not from Fife. It's sent from Fife. No, it's Pac Ranch. No.
We'd volunteered to do the Fife Diet for a week. In this diet, we'd only eat food from Fife in order to attempt to reduce our food miles. That meant we couldn't eat chili, chocolate, beef, chicken, coffee, tea, onions, garlic, bread, or just about anything else fun. Would we make it through the week?
We've been prepared for the Fife Diet to get pretty difficult, but we hadn't realised it was going to get that difficult that quickly.
On the commencement of the Fife Diet, I was immediately invited out to a party, which had tons of free food and free alcohol, none of which I could eat because none of it was from Fife. It turns out that all you can drink from Fife is Freoc, Care No More, and Bouvrage. Now, Freoc's expensive, it's alright. Care No More is quite nice, also expensive, and Bouvrage non-alcoholic and is even more expensive than Freoc. So I think it's going to be a bit of a long week, this one.
First day of the Fife Diet, I need to cook something to eat. And that, I think, is going to be soup, because I have tons of root vegetables and not a lot else. So, potato, leeken and bake soup, how hard can it be? Of course, I haven't got any fat, which is going to make life a little bit complicated, but in theory, the bacon has its own fat.
We had no fat, no garlic, no onions. We were going to have to learn to cook from the ground up, or end up eating nothing but oatcakes all week. But I had bigger problems.
It's day 1 of the Fife Diet, or day 0 if you index sensibly. So yesterday we went to Fife and picked up all our vegetables. Then I had to rush off to work and leave them all in the tender care of the other two. Today we went to the farmer's market to get meat. I got all of my vegetables back, less 2 eggs. Ordinarily this wouldn't be a major issue, but there's kind of a principle at stake here, and this is all I have to eat for the week. So, we've got vegetables and we've got meat. I've got rather fewer eggs than I thought, but we still don't have any dairy. Although today, I found in a deli in town that there's a new dairy just opened up on the Isle of May, which is officially in Fife. So I bought all of the Anster cheese available in Edinburgh. As a result, I control the entire dairy intake for 3 men.
My one-man cheese cartel imposed sanctions and swiftly ensured the return of my unlawfully detained eggs. Things were looking up, and not just for me.
There's been a bit of an update on the beer situation. Apparently, Freoc isn't actually made in Fife, it's made in Alloa. And it doesn't claim to be from locally sourced grain or anything like that. It's not going for that angle at all. Now, I found out something else is made in Alloa in approximately the same place, and that's Carlsberg. Carlsberg is cheap, mass-produced, and tastes like water, but it's available everywhere, so that was me sorted. Meanwhile, Hugh had naturally enough decided the only way to survive this diet was via molecular gastronomy. Fife style.
Just because we are living with a diet that's the same as we had in medieval times doesn't mean we need to use medieval cooking methods. So I've got some lovely pork belly here, and I'm just going to vacuum pack this and then cook it sous vide in my sous vide machine. Basically all we do is we take this and we stick it in the water bath. By 24 hours time, the fat should be nicely melted, the collagen should have nicely turned into gelatin, and it will hopefully be gorgeous.
Hugh might have had the science, but I had the history. I'd already solved the fat problem with rendered pork dripping, and now I was on the trail of a replacement for bread.
I am not making this up. Apparently, in days of old, Leftover porridge was put into the porridge drawer. This is true. And it was left to set into cakes, and it was taken out into the fields and eaten as a snack at lunchtime. I don't have a porridge drawer, but I do have leftover porridge which got left in the pan, and it did set into a sort of cake thing. Now, I tried it and it's disgusting, but bunged it under the grill for 10 minutes, toasted it on the outside nice and crispy, bacon and a fried egg in between. The Fife Diet, putting the muck back into McMuffin.
Meanwhile, I wanted to know if all this inconvenience actually helped the environment. For example, I normally eat rice rather than potatoes, but only potatoes are available from Fife. Now, a quick look at the packet of rice shows that it was transported from India. Ouch! That means 150 grams of CO2 was emitted just because of its travel. But the potatoes take much longer to cook and require a bigger pan. So here's how much carbon is produced when you're cooking the rice, and here's the potatoes for... oh dear. It turns out I might have been heating the planet up more with the Fife Diet than I would have been without it. Perhaps I was getting my numbers wrong, so I engaged in some sophisticated journalistic research, and the results aren't encouraging. The UK government weren't at all impressed with food miles as a measurement. A bunch of different people with lab coats and degrees have all concluded that local production isn't necessarily more efficient than transporting food from a long way away, because it's more energy efficient to grow food where it would, grow anyway. Food storage, like refrigeration, racks up the carbon cost too. And, personally, we'd probably destroyed all our carbon savings just by buggering around in a taxi all over Fife. We convened in the only pub in Edinburgh that served Care No More for a midweek confab. In retrospect, we probably shouldn't have chosen somewhere that served food. Chili, can't have it. Sausage and mash.
We can't even have that. We know where the sausages come.
We don't know where the rusk comes from. Steak and chips.
Nope.
Can't have steak.
Can't have the chips.
Can't even have fucking haggis, neeps and tatties.
Well, there's essentially no social life involved. People said to me, let's go to the pub, and I can't. And
I've
you can't go out into town, do some shopping and pick up a sandwich while you're there.
No, you have to organise everything really carefully.
I can't eat at work, I can't rush breakfast if I'm late to go out, I can't just grab a bowl of cereal, I have to cook porridge for an hour and a half. I've been eking out my potatoes by bulking them out with the other root vegetables. That's been working really well, and it's actually edible, and some of them are quite tasty.
I'll tell you what I've been having a problem with actually. It's blandness, right? It's all the potatoes and the vegetables. I've been I was making some kind of pork burger things the other night, and I chucked in the last of the venison pate, which if you've been reading my blog, I pretty much live on venison pate. So
anything for some
yeah,
flavour.
but just to get some damn flavour into the thing.
Yeah, just so many things I want desperately, like everything on this list. The cup of tea that our bastard cameraman was drinking earlier today.
Right, well, it's day 6 now and nearly over. I'm finding that I've actually got rather stoic about this whole Fife Diet thing. I've just got to the point where, I only eat whatever food or vegetables I've got in my cupboard. I don't really think about snacks or takeaways anymore. I'm really missing butter. I really wish I had some butter, because, God, it would just make all the bloody potatoes taste so much nicer. But actually, I'm starting to kind of warm to the high quality of everything, and actually, I reckon I'm feeling a bit better. The other two are complaining lots about blood sugar, and I could do with a bit more sugar, but no, I'm actually feeling quite good.
I feel like rolled shit. This diet is not doing good things to me. I mean, for starters, mood swings up and down like there's no tomorrow. I mean, coming back from the cinema yesterday, I was practically in tears on the bus. I just feel dreadful.
My energy levels have been all over the place. I've been moody. We've all been really moody. I've been having difficulty climbing hills and climbing stairs. It's just the energy levels are way off. The whole thing, I'm not entirely sure I can finish the week like this.
Oh God, non-Fife food, how I've missed you. Are any of these apples from Fife? Thank God.
Are these burgers sourced from Fife?
No, I'm sorry, they're not from Fife at all.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Okay.
I'll have one, please.
Yes, we did all finish the week. Just. And then, of course, the three of us convened with a whole lot of non-Fife food to discuss how we'd found the diet.
cream, huh?
Yep.
Pretty good.
You're going to put it on your burger?
Not so much.
Ew. That's nice, man.
Oh man, dairy fats, gorgeous dairy fats. Absolutely fun diet.
Okay, the main thing I missed was Coca-Cola.
Really?
Yeah, don't know why. I think it's because it's so full of sugar, and I'm used to just, 3 times a day having a massive sugar rush. But the whole boiled potato.
I like boiled potatoes.
It's lacking in vital nutrients necessary for moral stability. It's impractical if you live in a city. It's impractical if you have a job. It's impractical if you don't have a car or two.
Those farm source vegetables, there's no question that they were a lot nicer than anything you'd have got from
They were very good. Yeah.
They were significantly more covered in dirt.
That's true.
Grit.
Which was actually I found that was a good thing. It made me go, oh, these come from the earth.
So, not green, not possible to live on,
Not healthy.
not healthy, not fun,
Yeah.
not tasty.
Yeah. Good for a week, but for a year,
Choose life, not Fife.